Hello champions, welcome to the session after the festive fervor. Hope you all are very much interested to go through the session, and one more thing I just want to add is that after the festive season, prior to the festive season, the start of this festive season, I have already said that you should be preparing for the exam side by side. That means you need to enjoy the festivity along with your preparation. That means you can concentrate a little bit of time in your preparation. Now here what happens, though the festivity is on and people are in the mood to enjoy the festivities, the season is like that. So it is important for you people to manage. Manage your time. You should manage your time in such a way that it won't disrupt your studies or it won't disrupt your preparation for the exam, because it is very high time. I'm telling you, it's high time for you people to prepare and at the same time enjoying your festivities. Today the session, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the previous session on psychology. In the last session, before the Bihu and before the break, we were discussing about a few major psychological disorders which are mentioned in your 12th standard book, and a lot of questions will be asked in your CUET undergraduate exam on the basis of these psychological disorders. So I need you people to understand these concepts related with the psychological disorders and answer the questions in a very minute way, and concentrate on the sessions whatever we are discussing here. Hope you all have understood the earlier session, and I need you people, if you are liking this kind of session, do like and subscribe and join BPS as a student, because you are going to turn out to be champions in your own field, in your own desired aims. Yes? Okay, let's continue. We have done till 5th, that is the 5th disorder. Today we are going to start with the 6th one, that is the depressive disorder. Now what is depressive disorder? Depressive disorder is nothing but when the core word is depressive, that means depression. Due to depression of anything, it may be loss, it may be anger, it may be frustration, a lot of external stimuli may act in order to make a person depressive in certain situations, and because of those situations a person may have to face some kind of disorder which may ultimately turn or change his personality to some kind of a psychological disorder and psychological imbalance. This is what ultimately making him improper to be fit in the society. He is not going to be fit in the society or his environment because of his psychological behavior which is not healthy. Yes? So that is the depressive disorder. After that we have bipolar 1, bipolar 2 disorders, these are, and the cyclothymic disorder. Now, what is the difference between, we have done a session and even a live session, interactive session, as well as a recorded session on a discussion where we have discussed a thorough discussion on bipolar 1, bipolar 2 and cyclothymic disorders. Now what are these disorders? These disorders are related with bipolarity. That means you are having some kind of a dual situation. That means the word bi itself is what? Dual. Or we can also say two. Having two modes of behavior where you are at the same time you are parallelly moving, you are parallelly behaving in a healthy way, and at the same time at back of it you are thinking something else. So the severity of bipolar 1 is much more than bipolar 2 and the cyclothymic disorder. And bipolar 1, bipolar 2 and cyclothymic disorder is nothing else but where there is the mixture of mania, hypomania and depression. So out of this, the outcome what comes, the depression or the disorder which comes out is termed as bipolar 1, bipolar 2 and cyclothymic disorders. Hope you all understood till here. After that we have schizophrenia. Now what is schizophrenia? This term is, a lot of students have a lot of connotations, a lot of features are there. A lot of people actually have the schizophrenic features, and this is a very serious problem where there are positive as well as negative schizophrenic features or causes, and this have a grave impact upon the person or upon the patient. One more thing which you need to know here is the schizophrenic spectrum. The actual disorder is schizophrenic spectrum. After that, after 8 we will get more disorders related with spectrum. The word spectrum, here it is that it is multifaceted or it is versatile. That means the disorder is so multifaceted and it is so versatile. That means the person is actually facing a lot of disorders, a lot of problems in his psychological background, out of which something psychological disruptions and disorders is being created. So that is schizophrenic spectrum here and the related psychotic disorders. Now the word psychotic disorders is also a bigger word, or where we can encapsulate a lot of disorders related to schizophrenic and psychotic disorders. So in order to understand what are the problems of schizophrenic, we have also here even we have we have recorded sessions related to schizophrenic and psychotic disorders where we have discussed about schizophrenic in the manner where the psychological disorders or behaviors are bizarre. Bizarre means, you know, the problem is grave. The gravity is that it is going to hamper your thinking in such a way that you are camouflaged within a fixed area, and different elements, external things which may try to help you or cure you is not going to work, because hallucinations, delusions are working in such a way in your brain, in the back of your brain, that you are going to think that you are being persecuted. That means you are going to be killed by someone, or you are going to be attacked by someone, or anything. The limit and the list is nowhere. It is unlimited. The horizon, you can't see the horizon. There is no boundary here of schizophrenic patients where people are actually facing. The situation is very grave, and the problem is such that the psychiatrist is unable to some extent, and the duration in which the treatment is going on for this kind of people is in such a way that it may take years and years, and it may take even the entire lifetime. And one more thing I just want to add here is that schizophrenic patients, the people around the schizophrenic patients, are actually the people who are experiencing a lot of problems, a lot of disorder issues, where one single schizophrenic patient or psychotic patient is actually hampering the people around him, because the other people cannot live a healthy, a normal life because of one schizophrenic patient. So these kind of patients needed to be treated at an emergency level, and they must be taken to some kind of mental hospitals where their treatment can be done properly, without any hampering, without any affection of the other people around him. It may be the family members, or it may be the society around him. Yes, after that we have till here I hope you all have understood the problems of psychotic disorders. Next we will move on. There are because a list of 12 disorders. Next we have Neurodevelopmental disorders. Neurodevelopmental means which is related with your understanding, with your cognition, with the development of your brain, which is very, very natural. You can't have any hand in that because it is the nature which is making and forming your cognition capacity, your brain development and your neurodevelopment, which is ultimately your neurodevelopment. Under neurodevelopment, we have ADHD. That means anxiety, the exact word. Okay, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Attention So here you can see that ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, is related to basically children. The section of people who are below the age of 14. So these people, these children are actually going to turn out to be the citizens, future citizens. But prior to that, they are having some kind of neurodevelopmental issues where they can't concentrate in a definite thing or in a definite place or about a definite concept for a longer time. And a lot of students may be also experiencing hyperactivity. Why hyperactivity? Because they can't modulate their energy in the right way or in the right pattern. So here what we know that a lot of students are actually very hyperactive and their energy is voluminous, that their energy is very much profuse. That means the extra energy that they have is because it is not because they are not having for a section or for a period of time, they are not experiencing or they are not doing any kind of energetic things. That is not the reason. Here the reason is the problem of their modulation, their direction of their energy. Even if they don't have the required energy, they show or they act in such a way that they are too much hyperactive in any situation. And because of these, what problems the other people used to face is that we can't or they can't be controlled. They are not being able to have or to lead a healthy life or healthy activity life. Where suppose in a class a few students are there, out of the few students, 1 or 2 students are going through ADHD. That means they are very much hyperactive. When one of the student is hyperactive, the teacher or the parent need to be very careful while controlling the person, because if one person is hyperactive, the other students will be affected, because the other students could not or cannot concentrate in their own works or studies when one of the student is hyperactive, and the teacher or the parent has to control the hyperactive student. So these are some of the instances where we can relate, where we can go through these disorders by applying the situation with our life situations, with our actual life situations. So that is one ADHD. After that we have autism spectrum disorder. What is autism spectrum disorder? That is also which comes under neurodevelopment disorder. Why? Because people or children who are autists are the children who cannot communicate with the outer world. They are not being able to communicate with the society because they want to, because they are not fit for the society, their modulation, their understanding is not healthy or normal. It is not accepted as to be normal in the society, and because of which children who are facing or who are undergoing autism are the children who are actually very much lonely. We need to be very much empathetic for these kind of children, because they want to relate themselves with the outer society, but they are not able. So the children who are autist, the autism spectrum disorder, they need to be understood or taken care or educated in special schools where they will have special educators. Yes. After that, we have intellectual disability and specific learning disorder. Under intellectual disability and specific learning disorder, we have a lot of disorders like dyslexia, dysgraphia. These are disorders in learning, in understanding. And intellectual disorder is where it is also a neurodevelopment disorder, where the person is not being intellectual enough, or he has the lower level of IQ where he cannot understand or perceive the knowledge outside himself in the proper way. So that is intellectual disorder, and the terms like dyslexia, dysgraphia are coming under specific learning disorder. Hope you all understand this. After that, we have disruptive impulse control and conduct disorder. Now what is this? This is the impulsive behavior. The impulsive behavior, that means the impulsive behavior in such a way that a lot of people are actually becoming defiant and aggressive. And the scale or the level of aggression may be of a higher intense level, or it may be of a lower intense level, where for example, suppose a children is there where the teacher is asking him to do or complete some homework. The student may simply say that I was absent yesterday, or I didn't bring the copy today. Or this is a simple level of aggression where there is some kind of a demarcation of difference between the children, between the child and the teacher. But at times this aggression may be higher when the student may throw the copies all in front of all other students, or he may just go out of the classroom. So these are kind of conduct misbehavior. These are related with your conduct. Conduct means, you know, your behavior. So conduct is nothing else but it is your behavior which is hampering you, and because of this you are becoming defiant, and at times you are becoming aggressive, and because of this you are becoming impulsive. So you can understand that impulsive, disruptive control and conduct disorder are leading a person to have some kind of an aggression, some kind of a difference from the outer public, so that he or she is not being able to cope up himself with the normal situation, with the normal conduct of his behavior. Yes? After that, we have feeding and eating disorder. Under feeding and eating disorder, hope this is clear. Under feeding and eating disorder, we have bulimia, binge eating, and anorexia nervosa. These are nothing else but eating disorder where people are obese. Why obese? Why there is obesity? in their index, that means in their stomach index, the obesity is there because they are having some kind of a disorder in eating, that is eating disorder, because of which they are eating too much. So we go through these terms. What is the difference between these? Why people are termed as binge eating? Why who are the people who are termed as bulimia, who are affected by bulimia, and who are affected by anorexia nervosa? These are people, these are the cases where people are eating too much. They may be taking some kind of laxatives, or they may be taking some kind of medicines in order to dissolve and digest the food so that he or she can eat more. Even there are people who cannot understand that what amount of food he or she should eat at this time, because he doesn't have, his brain or his understanding is not up to that level where he can understand his eating habits or his requirement. So these are problems which may lead a person to be obese. Yes, obese or obesity. Go through the recorded sessions if you want to understand more about this detailed analysis of these terms, and if you want to know about more important concepts, go through the recorded sessions that we are providing for our champions under BPS. Yes, do like, subscribe and share BPS. After that, we have substance related and addictive disorder. Now what is this? These are nothing else but related with drinks, that means alcohol, drugs, it may be cocaine, etc. Or the other thing what we have, the term is not coming, poppy. So these are the things which are very much addictive, or which may turn a person to addiction because of these habits. It may be habits related with drug addiction, it may be alcohol addiction. And the people, these people who are going through these kind of disorders and this kind of addiction are actually taken to rehabs. Rehab is nothing else but rehabilitation center. So you have heard somewhere that some of the students, maximum they are juvenile, that is they are below the age of 14, or they may be below the age of 18. These are the people, these are the children who are juvenile, and they may go through some kind of addiction. And because of this, these kind of children are kept in rehabilitation center for 3 to 6 months or even a year, where they are and their addiction is controlled by expert doctors and expert psychiatrists. They are given education, and at the same time they are given training, and there are a lot of modes and methods in order to make him addiction free. So with this, we come to the list, we come to the end of the list of psychological disorders, where we have understand the concepts and where we have termed the concepts. And if you all are very much interested to know about the minute details in relation to these psychological disorders, go through the recorded sessions that we are providing in BPS. So hope you all understood everything here, and hope you all are preparing for your exam. With this, we come to the end of today's session. Thank you for being with me, and thank you for joining BPS. And if you haven't joined yet, then join as soon as possible, because your exam is very near. It is knocking at your door. And never think that CUET is just an exam which you can pass without any preparation. CUET is a comprehensive exam where you need to be very much comprehensive in your understanding and in your perception. Why? Because the domain subject, apart from the language and GT paper, the domain subjects are very much I don't want to make you people have some kind of phobia towards the exam, but I want to make you understand the intensity of the pattern, the question patterns that will be asked in your exam, because I need you people to be very much prepared till before the exam, because the exam is not just it is not just a platform, it is a level from where you will unleash your dreams, where you will be able to open up, where a lot of domains will be open, where a lot of routes will be open for you all people to go to cater to your desires, to your ambitions. And I don't want any of the student to be lagging behind. So this is an exam, though this is the second time it is going to be conducted after within the exam. The date, you know, the date is 21st May till 31st May. So there is only 10 days, and within 10 days the exam will be conducted in different centers and in different cities. So I don't want that you all are not prepared for the exam, because the time is very near. 21st May, that means you will have only a month here, and 1 month you don't think that Emma say aramot prepare korim. That is not the thing. 1 month is very much precious here, because you need to be comprehensive, you need to be explanatory in your understanding within yourself. We are providing here with the input, but we need this input to be analyzed, to be understood by you people, so that you don't hesitate while opting for the answers, because the questions will be in such a way that they will be confusing. And the exam, the entire pattern of the exam is actually formulated in order to assess your understanding till your 12th standard. And because the degree level, the 4-year degree course which is going to be started from this year, from this academic session for your degree course, it is going to be 4-year. And for this 4-year, you need to prepare for that. Why? Because the understanding level before the degree exam has to be very much clear. Because once you are in your degree classes, there will be semesters, and semesters means 6 months, and within 6 months you will have hardly 3 months of time to prepare for the semester exam. And there too a lot of syllabus will be there. The entire syllabus will be very lengthy, and the teachers, the classes that will be provided in your colleges will be not sufficient for your understanding, and for that you need to improve your cognition, your perception. And in order to improve your perception, you should be prepared for that. And this CUET exam is nothing else but it is a preparation for you all people to go through the scheme of semester exams in your degree exams, in your degree course. So I need you people to be preparing for the exam, and here in BPS we are providing such materials, such unique quality materials of study, of interactions, of live session and recorded session, along with MCQ and free demo exams, where you will be going through actual live scene of your exam, where you will be given a set of questions, and you will be supplied with the answers at the end of the exam. So a lot of benefits and facilities we are providing here in BPS, and we need you people to just join us if you haven't joined yet. So join BPS and be a marker, be a person who be a champion in your future endeavors. Hope this piece of advice is going to be very helpful for your academic career. Thank you for being